Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sonic Generations, or should I say, Shadow Generations.
No, put on the Terrio skin.
Go back to the Sonic side. I want to hear that It Doesn't Matter remix again. Go back!
I had a brain fart and thought this was something different. Never mind, we're going back. It's just the backstory for Shadow, which we all know.
I will say, though, I like this. I like that, because no other Sonic game, again, like, before Frontiers, the games never really connected, but I like the fact that Sega made the extra effort to make that thing. You know, I like it. It shows commitment to the franchise.
It is cool that we get to see next generation Gerald, Robotnik, and Maria.
She looks way... No, I mean, she's always kind of looked a little weird, now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, she looks better than she did in Shadow the Hedgehog, where she was some...
To be fair, like, the only two times in the games that they tried was in SA2, which, need I say more, and Shadow the Hedgehog.
Well, again, I like this because in SA1, she looks way too trying to be a realistic human. In Shadow, she looks way too anime. I like how in this, it's like a decent mix of
yeah,
them
it's
both.
a good compromise. Because at this point... At this point, we've had years of comics, other adaptations that reference Maria in some form or fashion. They've had years to refine the design, or at least have something more consistent and in line with the world of Sonic.
But also, this is the first time we've seen humans since Unleashed established the new, Pixar-esque design for them. And I think Gerald and Maria fit perfectly in that Unleashed style and if going forward, if this is what humans look like, I'm all fucking for it.
I don't know about that. Maria's head isn't large enough.
You're not large enough.
Hey.
You've seen the children in Sonic Unleashed. They've got the hugest fucking skulls.
Well, we can refine it from that. It's fine. I want to say there is a slight, if anyone watched the intro anime, there is a slight continuity error where Shadow says Gun still detects something on here. But of course, in the animated prequel Dark Beginnings, Shadow has a sense that something is up on the Ark. That's why he goes there. Ian Flynn was asked this, and he was like, well, he's been up there for a while. Gun probably said, yeah, there's something still up there. Shut up.
He literally just said he was only on the place for an hour. So,
But Ian, he was a writer, Ian Flynn, who wrote the game for this, the animated prequel Dark Beginnings, and of course, as we've established, the amazing rewrites for the Sonic Generations remaster. It is weird how there is a kind of disconnect between that, and he was like, yeah, it's but in the time we don't show, he was told that. Shut up.
Oh, Christ, who cares? Shut up.
Okay. All right, so as you might remember from the Sonic Generations portion of this commentary, I haven't played this game yet, and I also have not really kept up with Sonic much over the past couple of years. With that said, Space Colony Arc's so cool, and they're playing the Final Rush theme, and he's running on the wall like crazy. I'm like, why does this stupid franchise have to make me care all of a sudden when they show me like the first Sonic Adventure 2 fan service in 10 years? Why do I have to be so fucking easy to please?
Ted, what are you talking about? Frontiers had the soap shoes. Shut up, Ted.
That's it.
Frontiers had the soap shoes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, Frontiers has the soap shoes.
Soap shoes, so there you go. SA2, shut up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so having the soap shoes as an optional collectible is definitely the same as huge Sonic Adventure 2 callback to the most iconic area in the game. Yeah, okay. Sure.
This isn't City Escape.
My counter argument to that is that you can wear the soap shoes for the entirety of the game, and it's a 20-hour game.
Holy shit, yes.
So you have 20 hours of SA2 callback.
No, that's one SA2 callback.
No, it is a continuous SA2 callback.
Yo, okay, so yeah,
put on the fucking shoes.
That means that every Sonic game is a continuous callback to Sonic 1 because Sonic's on the screen the whole time.
Pretty much.
I mean, how many times they repurposed Great Hill?
Ted, I'm being facetious, but also some of the
I was about to say
some of the cyberstage levels are just copy and pastes of certain SA2 levels, like Skyrail. So
I do remember that from when we did Oh, these stupid assholes! Why are they still here?
Because they're from SA2 and you love SA2.
I mean,
you love the artificial chaoses, you freak.
Gun's too afraid to kill these things. They don't want to go back here.
Gun's like, we have no idea what the fuck these things are. The crazy old man made them. We're too scared to go near them, mate.
Our weapons are useless. Retreat!
All gun personnel, fall back!
Why do we keep firing at it if it's not working?
I love that he does that in SA1 after he goes, our weapons are useless, oh no, fall back. He still fires a few more shots. Just in the off chance that maybe one of these might finish him off.
It could be a false alarm.
I love how the outside looks, like the fucking star map at the bottom. This is so gorgeous, guys. Like,
yeah.
again,
So, like, with all intents and purposes, this is the real meat and potatoes of the re-release. Like, because when originally they announced that, oh, we're gonna throw Shadow into Sonic Generations, we weren't exactly sure what that was going to encompass.
like one level, maybe one boss
one level
we
or
didn't
two,
know.
and that sort of thing. And then like we get like the second or third teaser or trailer that introduces Black Doom. And then they start showing completely new stages that were not in the base game. And then I think at some point during the summer,
I know, right?
at some point they confirmed, no, this is just dead ass another game within the game, because this campaign is as long as base Sonic Generations.
It's a bit shorter, but yes, it is. I think it was smart to put them, because I think obviously if they had just released Shadow Generations, great game, but I think it is far too short to be considered like a main series. I mean, everyone's made the comparison. This is basically Bowser's Fury, but way better than Bowser's Fury. Fuck you, IGN.
Oh boy.
IGN gave this a 9.
I know, right? I know.
IGN gave a Sonic game a 9? What?
Ted,
Yeah.
they gave Sonic Pocket Adventure a perfect 10 out of 10. They don't know what the fuck they're smoking over there.
But I want some.
So that whole section with Black Doom's eye that's like all gameplay? Like you're...
Yes.
That is
I mean,
pretty
it's
damn
a
cool.
cinematic transition, because every time you encounter Black Doom in any of the stages, as we'll see, you're being warped to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness,
It's great.
starring Radical
Domain
Highway.
expansion,
like-
Radical Highway.
It's like I honestly want to say, like, I think I wasn't in your Frontiers LP, so I don't care. But like, I think Frontiers showed in certain elements, like kind of a decent step up in terms of in-game animations. I still don't think this is on the level of Rise of Lyric, but this is without question the best the in-game cinematics have looked, and the merging of gameplay and the transitions is so fucking good in this game. Like, it's whatever budget in like that improved from Frontiers, and the fact that Sega even said Sonic Team had hired a bunch of new people after Frontiers' success. I think we are clearly seeing the fruits of that labor. Because just visually, this is such a... I mean, obviously, the scope of this game is much smaller than Frontiers, so it makes sense. But just visually, this is such a fucking leap from Frontiers. It looks amazing.
Yeah, all of the standard complaints I have with the stiffness that Sonic games have had in terms of animation since Generations and Lost World, I have... it's just non-existent here. Like, there was a lot of love and detail put into the animation in this
Why
game.
is Shadow collecting the logo from his old game?
Because...
Fucking shut up. Buy Shadow the Hedgehog.
Reference. Shush.
I was not expecting them to bring back the fucking fake emerald from SA2. Also, but why is it just here?
Yeah. Why? At some point, the only thing I can imagine is at some point at the end of SA2, after that big cutscene, tells you like, I'm just gonna leave this here. I'll just leave
That
it here
is
on
a
the
good
arc.
question now that you think about it, because like... What, like, because, I mean, they never really established whether or not Sonic actually puts it into the gun thing, because it's just kind of like, which side's the real side? It's dark.
Oh, no,
dark is the real
Ted,
side.
no, they've confirmed that both sides happen. Like, both of the endings in SA2 are, Sonic does get to blow up the cannon, but Eggman still activates it. So, unless that's changed...
The hero side can't work, because unless it was repaired
in
at
the
some
literal
point in time.
30 seconds between Sonic's putting the...
No, I'm talking more specifically because the cannon gets used in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And the good ending for Hero can't happen. It can't exist if that happens, because the cannon gets fucking wrecked.
Also, the whole point is he throws the emerald in there.
Johnny, this is the same company that for 20 years forgot the moon got exploded. They probably forgot that. But like in terms of SA2, like, and again, this is just going off the Bumblecast, but that's the closest thing we have to an official source. Both endings happen in SA2. The fact that Shadow the Hedgehog ignores that is a problem for a different day.
Now, the Bumblecast, for context, is Ian Flynn's podcast.
Yeah, it's Ian Flynn, the writer, main writer of the Archie comic books, IDW comic books for a while, writer of this game, Frontiers. He's basically the biggest known writer in the franchise. But again, even everything he says in his podcast isn't canon. But when he's asked canon questions, if he's able to say, like, if he's able to be like, yes, this is what happened, he will. And unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure he says that no, both endings of SA2 are canon. And also, I want to say, I love the fact, I wasn't expecting us to get, like, for Shadow Generations to go the Sun Generations gameplay style of having one 2D section for everybody. I love, this is the first time we've ever had a Shadow 2D game. And I fucking love it. Like, the 2D sections in this game, I think, are stronger than both Generations 2D and Superstars. I think the 2D in this game is really. I'm
gonna be that guy.
Oh, so you're gonna be wrong.
Technically, episode Shadow Sonic Forces. That had 2D
Shadow.
Oh
yeah, well we don't talk about that. That doesn't happen.
No, I agree, but I gotta be technical.
These stupid things! Oh my god!
Well, Johnny, I'll be fair though. I thought. Is one of his levels pure 2D? I thought he was just doing the Unleashed.
Well, it's just one level, but it branches between 3D and 2D.
But at least in that first level...
This is the first time it's pure 2D.
Pure 2D,
it's
yes,
pure
I would say.
That is the asterisk that makes me correct. Fuck you. Don't you ever fucking contradict me in front of the viewers again, Otis.
The first level, though, I don't think had even any, like, 2D sections. It was a full 3D level.
No, so in terms of how the game is set up, it's very much like base Generations. There is a 3D act and there's a 2D act. Act 2 is almost always 2D.
Yes.
Yeah, but, like, no, but in the 3D parts in original Generations, like, Sonic would enter 2D sections, though.
Yes, but I don't recall too many 2D sections within the 3D, because I think after so many years, I think Sega, starting with the DLC 3 in Frontiers, I think Sega, Sonic Team, have started to learn that we want 3D. Like we don't mind 2D, but keep them separate, even if it's just by levels.
Wait, can you shoot Chaos Spears, too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
are they good?
I mean, they don't kill the Chaos Spears in based form can either be used to unlock puzzles or stun enemies. You can't kill anything with them, but they are very useful, and a lot of like platforming challenges are based around them.
So it's like a more developed version of the Chaos Spear that Shadow has in Sonic 06.
Yep. Even uses the same sound effect.
Only not broken and shitty.
Yeah.
In general, all of Shadow's abilities add a unique kind of utility to the kind of platforming that Sonic couldn't possibly do or didn't usually do. Because, like, the thing I loved about Space Colony Act 1 is that just before you, like, knock that cannon into pieces with Chaos Control, there's this moment where you drop down, you hit an energy box, which gives you full Chaos Control meter, and these missiles shoot at each other, and they go, like, right through each other, and if you push the button at the exact right time, you freeze time so that you create this big, long pathway to the goal, which is so freaking cool and so freaking fun, and there's just so many cool ways you can, like, activate Chaos Control to not only slow down the clock so you can get easy S ranks, but also just, like, plow through enemies without destroying them at first, and then when time resets, they go flying. It's awesome.
I'm conflicted about this. I'm going to jump the gun on here because this is where they introduce like the Doom powers.
Shadow Netta.
But the problem here, and this gaslit me in my first playthrough for the longest time, this is an endgame power-up you're using right now.
Yes.
But they preview it first. After this, you can't use it again. And for the longest fucking time,
yes,
I kept trying. It's like, how the fuck do I do the glide? I unlocked it in this stage, right? How do I do it? You can't do it.
I spent 10 minutes in the open zone. Where the fuck are his wings?
They needed to have that FMV anime Linkin Park shot early in the game of him with the wings,
Yes.
I like how there's like an inkiness to that magic aura that he's doing.
Yeah.
He's a squid. It's Splatoon 3, as you really imagine.
The ultimate life form has no problem taking all 16 inches of venom.
Oh,
Hey. we should say at this point, R.I.P. Tony Todd. You will be missed.
Oh yeah, he just died.
Yeah, it was taken away way too soon.
the hell's up with that face?
Damn.
Oh.
So do they elaborate on, like, the time eater and what caused this weird time bullshit?
Not in
Not
this
really,
story.
no.
Time eater.
No, not in the story. But the time meter is also not the point of the story either.
I mean, I get that it's not, but also it just kind of came out of nowhere. I was wondering if they took the opportunity.
There's a few lines, specifically at the very end, where Gerald implies that it's actually Black Doom is the one keeping this area intact. So I think it's a and I think it's like the time eater coming through in general is what brought back Black Doom, and now Black Doom is the one fucking up this area.
Well, no, because Black Doom was already back, but the Time Eater being summoned helped accelerated his plans. I think that's what it was stated later in the game.
Yeah, you seem to be taking advantage of the chaos.
He's taking advantage of the situation. Now, I think the only thing they do not explain, unless I'm mistaken, is that Black Doom is just back. So it's a safe assumption he just didn't die at the end of Shadow.
Yeah.
Somehow Black Doom has
returns.
returned.
Fuck!
You guys should
I'm
have been
so
playing.
goddamn tired.
You guys should have been playing Fortnite. His reveal was revealed in Fortnite.
Camera control. Oh no.
Right, so Shadow's white space is a 3-dimensional hub, as opposed to Sonic's 2D one, and I don't like this place. If I'm going to be real, I think the stuff that you can do outside of doing challenge gates and progressing to another stage is not that interesting.
Is it any better than the original white space?
Yes. I think so, 1,000%.
In terms of just being more interesting, yes. I just don't think. I don't think the reward is worth the exploration. Because
Strike a pose.
there are several collectibles you can get in this place, and they all lead to like the same shit. You can unlock music, you can unlock concept art, and what have you, and those are always fun. But then you have like your shit like we're gonna run into Cubot and Orbot pretty soon. And they ask you to collect all of these scraps of metal and bolts and shit like that to help build this rocket so they can escape.
Oh, wait.
white
Now
space.
that I think about it, we didn't actually find out what happened to Orbot and Cubot in the original generations. They were just kind of like left behind.
They were just left behind. Yeah, so but they're here.
So this game actually fixes 2 plot holes. How Orbot and Cubot got back, and as we're going to see, where a certain purple creature was during Sonic Generations.
Yeah, Blaze.
Even though she was in Sonic Generations, she's also here. Like, I don't know, Shadow. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Hope someone got fired for that blunder.
Yeah, Ian Flynn.
My big complaint, though, to talk about like the rocket ship collectibles, there's too many fucking collectibles
There's
for that
80.
thing. For something
There's
that
80.
80 of those sons of
Not
bitches.
18.
80.
Yeah.
20 away from 100 of these fucking tiny little bolts that you could just easily run past wherever they are. Thanks, Sega.
And granted,
you
this
guys.
hub world, when all said and done, is not that large. It's just that the amount needed to complete it versus what you actually get for completing it, I just feel is like a kick in the dick. And I get that was likely the point, but man, that point sucks.
Because I would say ultimately one of the whole of Shadow's white space, I would say is smaller than any of the islands in Frontiers.
Yes.
And I think that it works better visually because it's smaller. You don't have the fucking random pop and everything looks good here. But I will kind of like I greatly prefer this to Sonic's 2D white space, but I find myself getting confused and lost here in a way where that didn't normally happen in Frontiers. So I feel like I love the idea, but I like the design of it isn't the best, but I still think it's really fun.
It needs more landmarks, is what it needs.
Yes,
Yeah.
great, yes.
Part of that I can imagine is being stuck with the creative framing of the white space, which especially in 3D can make it hard to like have something like that, but that's not a good enough excuse. They should have had more.
The thing is, if you get creative with it, you can create like surreal imagery or use chunks of the nearby level to create like, and you know what, have them fill up with color as you complete the level so that the white space becomes gradually less of a white space as you play through the game, which is pretty much what happened with the levels in the 2D one that Sonic went through, you know? Use that to create more landmarks. And
that's actually sorry to interrupt to talk about the game for a second. Well, I guess we were talking about the game. Never mind. The stupid when they fuck, I hate Sonic Heroes. Why do I care about Sonic Heroes and stuff?
Talk about the game for a second. Goes on a tangent. Good job, Ted.
I'm gonna tangent from my own tangent because fuck. There was a point where you had to, because Shadow uses the homing attack as chaos control teleport. I thought that was just like a visual thing, but you actually like went through a gridded wall to do that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's
which
cool.
I thought was neat. Do they do that a lot, or is it just like a one-time thing?
No, they do it a few times.
that's another thing that he could technically do in Sonic 06 was use his teleport to phase through objects. It just wasn't used very often. Because the chaos powers in that game were fucking broken and unfinished, like everything else in that game. So,
You're broken as in legit broken, as if this shit is broken.
yes.
Not as if this shit is overpowered, as if this thing doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I mean, Sonic has a power meter that's supposed to limit his powers, but doesn't, so he can just use them infinitely. It was unfinished.
That's broken. But we're talking about broken.
I gotta say though, like Ted said a second ago, like after Space Colony Arc and this, I wasn't this way before Frontiers, but after Frontiers, DLC 3, and this game, give me my fucking SA1, SA2 Heroes Insane Trilogy collection, please. Because goddamn, I also love how in the trailer everyone was like, it's Bullet Station, and Sega's like, fuck you, Rail Canyon.
This wouldn't be a problem if you fucking remade the games.
Hey, Black Doom, why do you keep taking me back to here? I just think Radical Highway's cool. Like, we go to this place like 7 times in this game.
Is there really a Radical Highway section in every level?
No,
not every level, but every
level.
level.
But you are brought here a lot. Like it's different set pieces, to be fair.
Yes.
But you are coming back here.
Yeah.
I think you come here. I think you get taken here 3 or 4 times, and then spoiler alert: the final level is just Radical Highway.
Yeah.
So you come back here a lot.
I would have handled that differently, because I was mentioning the fact on social media that I think for the Doctor Strange sequences, because I'm sorry, that's what I equate them to.
Totally, yeah.
The Doctor Strange sequences should have been Westopolis, or at least some other Shadow the Hedgehog level.
Johnny,
and then
they should.
what's up?
No, I agree, because if Black Doom kept on bringing you back to Westopolis, that would be a sly wink and a nod to the fact that you had to replay that level so many fucking times in Shadow. Seriously, thematically, the fact that is the first level. The fact that having Radical Highway here once is fine, because it's Shadow's first level in the franchise, makes sense. But in terms of a connection to Black Doom, it should have been Westopolis. That is the hill I will die on. Why are there no fucking levels from Shadow the Hedgehog in this game?
Yeah, that's the part I was going to bring up. It's like the victory theme is Shadow's victory theme. You can unlock practically every level theme from Shadow the Hedgehog in this game. Black Doom is the villain, and yet there's not a single callback to a Shadow level at all. Like, let me play through Black Comet or something. I don't know.
Or, Mad Matrix, a digital circuit, and that sort of shit, yeah.
Technically speaking, you do go back to the Ark in Shadow, so having the first level be on the Ark.
Sure.
Kind of. Not really, but kind of.
That's kind of partly what I was going to say. A lot of the levels in Shadow the Hedgehog were themselves callbacks to Sonic Adventure 2, but if they wanted to be really clever with their level arrangements, they could have picked up They could have. Is there a Pumpkin Hill adjacent level in this game? A haunted level from Sonic Heroes? Anything like that?
This is
No,
always been, this level from Heroes has always been reminiscent of Skyrail, which was the Pumpkin Hill.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
motif
like what I
sort
was
of.
trying to say is that like one of the most iconic levels from one of the most iconic level themes shared between Sonic Adventure 2, Heroes, and Shadow the Hedgehog, all three of Shadow's old major games, was the Haunted Pumpkin level. It was in all three games. They should have included it here. It would have been excellent.
And this game came out just before Halloween. But also, I also want to say, apparently though, again, this was confirmed, I think, in the IDW annual from this year. City Escape, open level of SA2, it takes place in Westopolis. That is your fact for this part. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Well, that doesn't make much. That doesn't make much sense. Westopolis as a level had none of those San Francisco hills in it. So
because Black Doom blew them all up.
Not to mention, if they had the gun truck, I don't think an alien invasion really would have been that much of a problem, to be perfectly honest.
They didn't have it. They crashed it trying to catch Sonic.
Teddy, this reminded me of what was it, Kirby in the Forgotten Land? Like truck Kirby just smacks through the fucking final boss, but it's the gun truck and it's the Black Comet instead.
There's probably a mod for that.